Hi. This week it's a bit of a cozier little video, and it was simply wanting to explore my thoughts on being like neurodivergent, twice exceptional, and the reality sort of beneath all of it. And I think that mostly what I want to explore is how much doubt I still hold about, strangely, about the benefit of knowing that, about the validity of knowing giftedness and ADHD. There's this aspect of me that is still very much in conflict with the idea of being neurodivergent. And it is a strange thing to sort of know you are like that, but at the same time not be able to understand it. I feel like I'm the same as anyone else. Honestly, I feel like I'm exactly the same. I don't feel that different. I think that when you're neurodivergent, you're supposed to feel different. But then I become social, and I sort of realize, like, oh no, I'm not. It's a very strange thing. It's bizarre to still have these doubts, even though I've been reading about it, even though I am diagnosed and identified, even though I know, like there are books written about this. I've made videos about this. I'm trying to like understand what it means, but in general, like I live my life, and I feel obviously like everyone is like me, right? It's so fundamental, I think, to how you look at life that you can't even process the idea that it's different from other people. So this doubt and everything, this leans to social. I think that the social aspect is the most prominent in my life. It's the sphere where I most notice my difference, when finally this idea that I'm exactly the same, and that I function the same, and that I see the world the same way, sort of it gets challenged. It is through being social. Thus, because I'm tired of saying thus, I want to explore how I've been going through relationships in general. Maybe a small section on friends, a small section on family, and then a small section on love. Right? Just these relationships in a general manner, because I've had some questions about that aspect of being twice exceptional, gifted, ADHD, but sometimes just neurodivergent in general. And yeah, it is different. Like, especially the friends aspect, I would say that I'm noticing from the people around me, it does make me quite strange. So I have no friends. Like, and when I say this, I'm not saying it I end up seeing people from time to time, or I message people, or I call them up, but I don't feel close to anybody. No. I'm telling you, like, no friends, no one to call, no one to message, no one to see. Like, I'm very much so a loner. And I haven't had a friend for a long while. When I was in school, in high school, well, you're a teenager, so obviously you're building up your identity, and you want to be valued, you want to feel seen, you want to feel like, who am I in this group, right? You're discovering your identity. So obviously, I think you naturally have more of an interest in like social aspects. And if you so happen to be liked, like generally tolerated, no one bullies you for some reason, people want to hang out with you, well, you just hang out with people. And it feels valid for the context, because anyway, you have this shared reality of going to school. So already there's this thing that ties you up to everyone else in high school. You're going through puberty, you're going through the discovery of identity, and the discovery of all the different aspects of being an adult, right? I mean, already there's something that ties you so much. But then when you're an adult and you start to individuate and become yourself and discover who you truly are and mature, I think usually, from what I see around me, people keep friends. Maybe one, maybe two, and it could be friends that they see sometimes once a year, but they have these ties to people. And I often wonder, like, why is this so different for me? Like, why don't I have these ties? And I think it stems from and this is going to sound bad, but it's just honestly what I'm going through. I have zero interest in getting to know people. Is that bad? Absolutely zero interest. There is no, and it's not because I don't like people. I love people. I wish absolutely everyone the best in their lives, and I wish them to grow and learn, and I can find wisdom in every single person. I have a lot of respect for anybody. I'll always be kind. But for me to give my time to someone and listen to them and make them a part of my life, it's like I have these really high standards, and these high standards I apply to myself too, but it's I think this is more going to be about friends, and maybe I'll do like other videos about this. Is making a lot of sound. Wait just a sec. All right, sorry. It's the dishwasher, and yes. Anyways, so I think I'm gonna concentrate on friends. No, it's just gonna be a long video. I'll try and make it short. Just be concise, Penelope. Don't talk for 20 minutes. Okay, I am different. The more I became myself, the more quirky, weird, and awkward I became socially. It's like I became someone, and I became differentiated, and I'm very intellectual, and I have these intellectual interests, and I'm a nerd, and I'm a geek, and I'm very intense in what I believe to be the right thing and what I believe to be the wrong thing, and I demand a lot of myself, and I demand a lot of people, because if I know something, I will act in a way that aligns with what I know. Like, I'm not someone that knows something and it disappears from my brain and then I live however I want to live. I'm someone that tries to align to truth, to reality, to what's intelligent, what's wise, what's the right thing to do. Like, I always do that, and it's very, I think it's heavy, I think it's difficult in a way. Like, I'm still a human being, and I allow myself to have my flaws and everything. Already, do you see this? How do you make friends? Because most people just want to chill. Most people, they just want to eat good food and sausages and laugh and exchange jokes. Most people like want to go on a boat or go running, or what else do they do, the people, right? And I have, not only do I have no interest in doing any of that, but it's like it really is like being an alien. Now let's talk about this. I love Smallville. I love Superman. Okay, very, very much so. And when I was young, Smallville was the TV show for me. I watched it religiously. It almost feels like they raised me, like the parents raised me and Clark raised me, and it felt like some sort of secondhand family. And I never really understood why. Sure, they were moral, and I liked that they wanted to do good, and they demanded a lot of Clark to be a good person, and I think that already sort of attracted me a little. But it's not before watching Superman 2025, the last movie with gorgeous David Corenswet, that I understood. And even him, the actor David Corenswet, did a podcast with, what is his name? He's funny, and he's been diagnosed with autism. Anyway, he did a podcast with him, don't remember his name, and he was like, I'm seeing Superman and Clark Kent as neurodivergent. And so I had that in mind when I went in and watched the movie. And it is a beautiful sort of allegory for the gifted, twice exceptional experience. And I say gifted, twice exceptional because that's my profile. That's the one I know, and everything I say is colored by that profile, but also because of the intensity and the especially for twice exceptional. I don't know about just being gifted, but the intensity of it and the desire to be good is quite high. Justice, shit like that. And I don't know, it felt like just a wonderful metaphor of being this alien. And even sometimes with your own family, you are not from the same place. You know, I'm saying, like, when you're gifted, you're a bit like Clark Kent. You're not from the same place. You feel so lonely, whatever you do. And so you're with people, and you keep noticing just how much you're not the same, and you're not seeing the same reality, and you're not experiencing it the same way. And it's constantly aware. And what happens is that most people have the wonderful, wonderful gift of meeting some people around them who will reflect their own experience back to them. There's going to be this like brotherhood or sisterhood or camaraderie. how do you say that word? Anyways, where it's like you understand each other. You're similar. You're experiencing life in a similar way. In my own experience, I have never, not once, experienced that. Besides in therapy, I felt like the person sort of understood me, but he was my therapist. So it wasn't even friendship or anything. And so it just never happened for me to feel like, oh, I'm sharing this reality with this person. And I think that is the reason why I have no friends. Because at a certain point, it's like you're constantly feeling like you're from a different planet. There's just like a mismatch. It's like you're on that one channel and they're on that other channel and you just can't reach. And so honestly, like through familial relationships, you have some sort of social, because you're at the fundamental level of like just wanting to have important little moments with people. You're exactly the same as other human beings. But to feel honestly fulfilled and reflected and seen, there it's like the needs are a bit higher. And since you're so different and you're functioning, it's hard to find bridges between you and other people. So family has been a savior for me. Like I still don't feel truly understood, honestly. I'll be really honest. I don't, because I wasn't close to my father's family. Like no one else around me. My parents, they're not officially diagnosed. I suspect my mom has ADHD. Not giftedness. Giftedness, I think, would stem from my dad's side. There were lots of aunts and uncles who did different master's degree, and there are signs of intelligence there, but I don't know them. Like, not at all. I've never seen them. So I don't have, like, people who have the same label as me. I wasn't raised with people who understood me. Like, it's just a bit of a lonely feeling. 11 minutes 50. So like anytime I have these doubts of, oh, am I different, it also stems from, well, I mean, I'm very aware that people don't like the labels of like twice exceptional and being gifted. They certainly don't like when a woman and a woman that's a little attractive, like I'm not the most attractive and I'm very aware of that, but I'm still attractive and I'm confident, and then I'm over here saying, yeah, and I'm also intelligent, and it's hard. It's like people are just gonna say, are you serious? Shut the up, right? That's just the reaction, and I kind of understand it, because superficially they can't understand what I'm going through, what maybe you're going through, because that's the only way I have to honestly connect, is if like that one person in the world that is actually similar to me finding my videos and then messaging me in private and saying something thoughtful and intelligent and wise, and it really makes me feel seen and like I'm not alone in this world. That's the only way I have found. But, and I'll end here, so maybe a little 5 minutes and it'll be over or something. Love. Love. Falling in love has been the way that has allowed me to connect. I think that no matter, like when you're neurodivergent, no matter what, you still have that ability to develop attachment, romantic love, and sexual desire with another person. And that, no matter what, it's there, and it makes you feel deeply connected. And from what I've noticed, it's not really like intellectual, or because I had a relationship with someone who was more intellectual, like he could hold a good conversation about like the economy or politics or artificial intelligence, so we could have interesting conversations, but it felt empty in the heart, like emotionally. So what I've come to understood is that someone that shares my intensity, my sensitivity, my morality and justice alignment, my deep questioning, my wondering, even my suffering in a way, which is bizarre, but often when you have these traits, you'll end up in pain a little bit, like suffering. That is what truly makes me feel aligned. So I've come to understand that there is hope, I think, through work with people who share similar work. Again, like in high school, like a similar context. And we all work together, we go to the same office, we share this reality, this daily reality already that bonds you. And I think that's going to be more than enough to satisfy my social needs with like my family. But I think love is what gives me hope. Falling in love has been the thing that has, for the first time in my life, honestly, made me feel seen, connected, understood, grounded to something grounded to something social, grounded to another life, perhaps besides my cat, but my cat is an animal. So I think I'm going to end this here, where my conclusion is that the doubt is a bit stupid. I think it comes from a protection of not being hated. I think it also comes from when you're on your own, you think everyone's like you, which is pretty much normal. But then socially, you really notice how you're different. And it's been difficult, but I think love is salvation. Like, finding true love will have the capacity to make you feel connected and like you're from the same planet as someone else. And it's incredibly precious and wonderful. And so aiming to find that, finding ways to open your life up to that possibility, I think can be very beneficial. And it is what gives me hope. So there it is. That's what I wanted to say. It's a bit of a ramble. I don't care. It's my channel. So, and I think that the more honest you are online, the more it can actually have some sort of impact on the few people who probably enjoy feeling seen and understood for like 15 minutes, right? So, okay, thank you for watching, and comment something inspiring. That would be nice. Or your experience or whatever. I always enjoy that. And I wish you a really good week, and I wish you to find love and connection. Okay, bye.